Yep, we good.
All right, Shalom. Shalom. All right, we got Akim here from Great Millstone, Atlanta. All right, with another live stream through the Spirit. All right, Lord, we're going to be edifying, but before we get into our lesson, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM.
the honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect, man. All right, so you see the title, all right, World War III, and Lord willing, if the Spirit permit, we're going to go into some also other topics. All right, and basically the hot topic right now is Iran, shooting down that U.S. drone, man. All right, if you've been keeping up with current events, in particular these last 2 weeks or so, there's been a lot of articles and videos coming out as far as the United States and Iran having tension, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's been escalating like every day. There's always something, it's like a back and forth and friction.
Yep.
All right, and what does that mean? All right, that plays right into biblical prophecy, man. All right, the scriptures prophesied that Babylon the Great, which is America, is going to get into get into a war with Russia and the other nations. Is going to lead to World War III, man. But Iran, all right, Russia has interest in Iran, man. They do business, they do trade. All right, Russia supplies Iran with nuclear arms and weapons. And you got damn America poking out Iran, man. So what's that going to do? That's going to wake up that Russian bear, so to speak, man. All right, they're going to get the spirit on them. All right, Putin going to damn sip that vodka and push that button and blow your ass to damn smithereens, man. All right, matter of fact, somebody what's that, Joel 3? Oh, somebody, you got it already? Spirit, go ahead.
You want that now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Joel 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men.
Yeah, and that's what's happening, man. War is being prepared, man, on all levels. That's why every time you turn on the news or look at an article, such and such is testing a missile. Or this country just added this to their missile. The missile was to reach another continent in 30 minutes. Now it's damn 20 minutes, 15, 5 minutes. Why? Because war's being prepared. Go ahead.
Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears.
Right. Those are tools of farming. All right. So the Lord is basically saying, look, put all that aside and get your ass ready for war, man. All right. Go ahead.
Continue. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Yeah. Hey, let the weak say I'm strong, man. Referring to the lesser nations. All right. That was kind of put off to the side. Hey, now you got places like Pakistan that got missiles, man. What the hell? Yeah, weaker nations, now they strong now. Now they can rub shoulders, so to speak, with the so-called United States, man. Go ahead.
Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahawah.
Go ahead.
Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat or Yahushua, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
That's right, the valley of Jehoshaphat. The brother said Yahushua in the Hebrew, man, which means what? The place of the Most High's judgment, and that's over there in the Middle East. All right, and that's why there's so much friction and turmoil. The Lord is gathering all the nations over there. All right, so they can go to war, man. Okay, we were talking about that prior to the filming, how potentially Trump, all right, DJ Trump, should I say, potentially bring back that draft, man. All right, and a lot of you, man, a lot of you damn niggers, all right, with the ER at the end, a lot of you gonna be in that draft, man.
That's right.
Cause y'all ain't doing nothing ain't damn way.
Oh, that's Joel the second chapter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. A lot of y'all gonna be drafted. We talking about that also. Like Tazwan brought out yesterday, he was talking in the car. He said, man, potentially Trump gonna send a lot of you so-called illegal immigrants over there to war, man.
Oh yeah.
Since you want to come over to America, okay, let you come to America. You know what I'm saying? But first, you got to fight in the army.
Which the Israelis, right? I believe you have to fight for the, not fight, but you have to join the Israeli army for at least 2 years.
I did hear
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That's
So,
right.
so most of the citizens gotta be a part of the, they're also a part of the army too.
Mhm.
So
That's
America could very well, appoint the same thing in the future, but also for you, immigrants.
That's right.
You know, if you want to be part of this country, like the brother said, you
Mhm.
gotta, you know, be a part of, the infantry or the navy or the, whatever branch they see fit to put you in.
That's right.
And you know what's gonna come along with that is the chip.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna make it a requirement for you immigrants and really all the military people. All right, they're gonna have to take a chip. That's gonna be one of the requirements of the military, whatever branch you're in. You know, that's gonna be the thing.
That's right.
Brother Guy.
Yeah, if I can add, too,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like either or. Either you're gonna get deported back to where
Mhm.
you originally came from. Which, basically Esau even stole all the land. But either you're gonna go back to where you came from, or you're gonna join the military and take the chip. It's either or.
Right.
That's right.
I got a precept.
Okay.
Let's
I think that was it on that. I think that was a point on that Joel.
Well, I'm gonna get Joel too, unless he, what's the you already there?
And you,
That Joel 2:20.
kind of,
Then you can get back.
got it.
All right, this is Joel 2, verse 20.
Mhm.
And it says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate."
Right, and that's what we were just speaking about, like that draft coming, right? Now, even before then, you're gonna have all the different military personnel that's already a part of the army, already part of the Navy, already part of the Air Force, even into the Space Force that's being developed, okay? You're gonna be shipped overseas to the Middle East, okay? Trump is already preparing to send 1,000 more troops over there to the Middle East, okay? To deal with that situation over there, all right? Really, they wanted to send like 3,500, but he said that it wasn't feasible, okay? But if that's the number that they came up with, best believe that they're gonna have to fill up certain slots. So they'll send 1,000 more troops over there now, but then going into what the brother just read, I will remove far off from you the Northern Army, which goes into, of course, the U.S. military, but also includes the Northern Command, or NORTHCOM, okay? Because that's basically the command over America. But a lot of them troops, whether it be the National Guard, who's ever a part of that, they're going to send a lot of them overseas too, okay? And then they're going to have a draft. And then it says that they will drive him into a land barren and desolate. That's over there in that Arabian desert over there, man. Where you got them Ishmaelites, villages, okay? And a lot of the places you have just barren desert, okay? So there's enough room to put troops out there, okay? And that's known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat, all right? That whole little region, okay?
That's right.
Go ahead, Art.
With his face toward the east sea,
Mm-hmm.
and his hinder part toward the toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up.
Right, and the East Sea is the Persian Gulf, okay? And when you look on a map of the Middle Eastern region, you have the Persian Gulf, okay? And then behind that Arabian Peninsula, you're gonna have, you got two major bodies of waters. You got the Mediterranean Sea and you have the Red Sea, okay? But the hindermost sea is gonna be the Red Sea, because that region right there is where you're gonna have Egypt, you're gonna have Saudi Arabia, which leads up into Israel, Lebanon, Gaza, Damascus, Syria, okay? And then on into the Persian Gulf with Iran, Iraq. So that whole region over there is going to be the hot spot, which it is right now. That's going to be the hot spot for the war of Armageddon. All right? Go ahead, Doc.
And his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things.
Mm-hmm. And that's talking about the destruction of the American military. Because all these nations are going to totally annihilate America. And America, that's going to be the war that the U.S. lost. Okay? it's going to be this upcoming battle here. All right? We should do a little bit more.
Okay, I'm continuing on 21. Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord YAHAWASHI will do great things. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring, for the tree beareth her fruit, the fig tree and the vine do yield their strength. Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord YAHAWASHI your power, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month.
Right, and that's basically talking about the restoration of the land of Israel after the destruction of the land of Israel over there takes place. Because once the northern armies over there, you got the Russian army over there, the Chinese military, and Iran and all them fighting over there, and those missiles are launched, and America's destroyed, the land of Israel is going to be destroyed with it, but the Lord is going to have the land of Israel restored.
That's right.
Okay? But first, this battle has to take place, World War III. All right?
Yeah, it make a lot of sense, because that land over there gotta be cleansed, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I seen a video of probably 2 weeks ago. They got an actual factory where they basically where they produce the pork, man. And they call it, they got a name for it. They call it white steak, but it's pork. They serve pork over there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got the gay so-called gay festivals and parades. Yeah. Pink City, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that whole land has to be completely nuked, man,
Yep.
and cleansed for the filth over there, man.
Right.
All the evil spirits, filthy evil spirits, man.
Yeah.
So it make perfect sense, man. You know. Somebody ask something? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on.
It's Matthew 24:7. I started 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
Mm-hmm.
See that ye not be troubled. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So yeah, you know, as we're talking about World War III, all right, this is all wars and rumors of wars. Okay, you know, the Iranian attacks. You know, they shot down this drone. All right, and you got many other things, a trade war going on. All right, so many things are escalating, and all this is contributing unto Armageddon. All right, like we're going into. All right, the war to end all wars. Okay, because ultimately, like brothers was going into, as soon as this last war takes place, then Israel, the elect, is going to come out on top, and then Israel will be restored. All right, but this is the necessary conflict that has to transpire first. All right, and it says, and therefore nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Yeah, so nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and that's what you see. You see BRICS nations basically against America and the NATO allies. All right, and there's a whole bunch of division. All right, because there's a conflict of interest amongst all these different groups, all these different countries. All right, you know, they're not seeing eye to eye, and ultimately it's the Heavenly Father that's stirring up their hearts. Okay, y'all praise God.
This is Revelation 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Yeah, so World War I and II has passed, and the third woe is coming quickly, which is World War III. All right, the times that we're entering into right now, man. All right?
That's right. Hey, if I can add to that too, you know, like we was talking prior to the filming also, me and the brothers, we saying how you don't see too many Edomites scoffing at the camp like that no more, man.
No.
I mean, they'll come up and say, well, you know, see little slick comments,
Well, who's Esau?
you know, yeah, but they don't, you know, but they don't come up because they seeing, you know, stuff that we've been saying is coming to pass, man. So they ain't really, y'all ain't that bold, and y'all kind of, damn, man, they probably right, fuck, man.
Oh, you know what Esau's worried about, and his Christians are worried about? Now they're worried about where do they fit in the salvation? Because you had a lot of brothers doing videos starting with the apostles on salvation, and you got these Christians trying to figure out whether who's Esau gets saved, and because like the brother said, these people out here, they're seeing the things that's in the news is what we are saying that's coming out of the Bible, out of the prophecies. So now they want to know whether or not they're going to live through what is going to happen.
Right.
And the answer is only the elect is going to make it through what's getting ready to happen. The rest of you people, if you're not of the nation of Israel, of the 12 tribes, of the chosen elect, you're not going to make it if you're on the soil of America. You're going to die.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Thus saith the Lord.
That's right.
I got
Is
some
there more? Oh. Yeah, let them go. You got it right
Alright,
here.
this is Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes, and he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. That was
Oh, I got to, let's see if I can find it.
Read that one more time, bro.
This is Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom and his purposes, that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman.
Yeah, and Teman is a Edomite land or province, all right, during that particular time. And basically the Lord is basically coming up against Edom. Esau is basically being exposed. All right, when you read Habakkuk 2 and 7, all right, going into basically how Esau gathers abroad. Keep going.
It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Yeah, so the Lord is basically going to make Esau's habitations desolate, starting with America, because that's the so-called white man's favorite habitation, and Israel. Those are the two main hot spots for Edomites.
And the so-called Jew, which in the Bible is described as Amalek. Those so-called Jews, Netanyahu, not a Jew, and his henchmen are going to go into Iran. That's what the scripture's talking about also.
Yeah.
And
At least in the flock. Yeah.
I'm looking at this article from the New York Times that says, after Iran's drone attack, Trump says this country will not stand for it. So we all know that the state of Israel that was created in 1948 is basically like the welfare baby of the United States. So it's going to take a joint effort from Israel and the United States to cause this third world war, and that'll draw Russia to get into the third world war.
Yep. Because whatever happens with the one, the other is going to get dragged into it. Israel is always in the middle of something, and then the United States, their daddy, has to basically, come in and back them up. All right.
That's right.
Whoever has some.
Yes, sir.
This is Ezekiel 38. I started at 1. This is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, Thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Right. And God and Magog is talking about the modern day Russians, man. How we know that based upon the maps. All right, you look at the ancient map of Gog and Magog, it's the same area as Russia today. All right, go ahead.
And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Right, speaking on basically Russia being put back into that Soviet Union spirit, man, that they used to be in. All right, right now they're kind of laying, well, I won't even say laying dormant, man, because they even getting roused up, man. They got the S-400 system, missile system. They got an underwater submarine missile called Poseidon, I think it's called, which you study Greek mythology. Poseidon was the god of the seas, man. So they Most High putting them back in that spirit, man.
Yep.
And we was talking before one time how Esau, because the Russians are Edomites too, but they got a whole different spirit than you Americans, man. You know, you Americans are fat, you know, just, you know, fuck around.
Social media.
It's stupid, man. The Russians over there, they doing 1,000 knuckle push-ups, taking ice baths,
Eating nails for breakfast.
eating nails for breakfast. I mean, they some hardcore devils, man.
Boxing polar bears.
Yeah, boxing, wrestling polar bears and grizzly bears and shit. You know, so they got a hard spirit, man. And they hate, man. Really, all other Edomite nations, they look down on you Americans, man.
That's right.
You know, you pretty much like the bottom of the barrel. Go ahead.
And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
Yeah, a great company, because Russia is like a big brother figure to them other nations, man. Like Iran's like a little brother to Russia, and they all gonna rally behind it, man. You know, to come against who? Come against the whore, America. Go ahead.
Persia,
Persia, all right. The Iranians, all right, which is what Elam. You know, go ahead.
Ethiopia,
Mm-hmm.
and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer,
Yeah, which is Turkey.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee.
That's right. Yeah, and what are they coming to do, man? Are they coming to play patty cake with your ass? No, man, they coming to destroy you. All right, because it's biblical prophecy, man.
That's right.
All right, as a matter of fact, go from there, go to Jeremiah 46, and I think it's 20.
I got something real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
This is from a video a brother put up, GMS News and Prophecy.
That's you.
Yeah, that's great.
Now you got it.
Yeah, bring it out, man. Bring it.
This is World War III. Russia using Turkey to divide U.S. and NATO. Right? And this is the article from Express.co.
Yeah, it's really, yeah.
I advise you brothers to go check that video out if you haven't. But this is this headline: World War III warning: How Russia is using Turkey to divide NATO and threaten the U.S. Right? And well, that's exactly what the brother just read in Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Okay? Because if you look on the ancient maps of Gomer and Togarmah, that's where Turkey is today.
Turkey's right there.
The same thing with Gog and Magog, that's Russia. All right, and that prophecy that it spoke about those countries is coming to pass now as Russia and Turkey are coming together. Because Turkey is an ally of the U.S. and the other Western countries in Europe. Okay, but Russia's trying to reel Turkey in. And guess what? Them hooks,
It's working.
them hooks, is going to work because of what the brother just read. It's all prophecy. Okay? It's going to work.
That's right.
All right? That's all I have on that.
Okay, come on. Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 46 and 20.
Because it linked right with that Ezekiel, what was that, Ezekiel 38 you read earlier? Go ahead.
Egypt is like a very fair heifer.
Yeah, in Egypt, modern day Egypt is America, man. What's that, Revelations 11 and 8?
Yep.
The dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city with the spirits called Sodom and Egypt. All right, it says it's like a very fair heifer, man. A heifer is like I think it's a young cow, you know? So America is basically going to be that sacrifice, man. All right, YAHAWASHI is pumping this place up, man. You know, go ahead.
But destruction coming.
What destruction coming? Go ahead.
It coming out of the north.
Yeah, the north, man. That he's going into, which is what? Russia. All right, that northern army, man. You know, Gog and Magog. Go ahead.
Also, her hired men are in the midst of her like fatted bullocks.
Yeah, that sacrifice, man. All right, what scriptures we read about a bullock? What is that? Hey, you take it to get sacrificed, man. You know. So the Most High, that go back to Joel 3. You know, the Lord is putting all you niggas over there so you can be a sacrifice, man. And also here in America. All right? Is any more to it?
Yes, Lord.
Go ahead.
For they also are turned back and are fled away together. They did not stand because the day of their calamity was come upon them.
Yeah, they did not stand, man. They was weakened. right? The Most High took your strength, man. You know, because why? The day of your destruction is getting ready to come. All right, go ahead.
And the time of their visitation.
Visitation, which means judgment. You look that word up. All right, that's how the Most High. When you read about how when the Most High visits the earth, that means he's coming to judge the earth, man. All right, and the Most High gonna judge the earth by the way of the missiles, man.
Yep.
You know, the judgment to end all judgments, man.
And the
You know?
missiles do exist.
That's right. Yeah, the missiles do exist, by the way.
They do exist.
All you gotta do is turn on the damn laptop. You stupid ass niggas.
Look at the news.
Look at the news. You know, check it out, man. These things is happening. All right. You got something?
Yeah. This is Isaiah 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
Yeah.
That lines
You
up
got-
with
you got-
Isaiah 13.
Isaiah, that's the spirit.
They do.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. And that lines up with that because basically, the Lord is really against all these nations, man. Because all these nations played, in some form or fashion, they played part in the oppression of the Israelites. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why the Lord, like the scripture says, the Lord has a controversy. You know, hey, he has a big issue, so he's gonna come back with anger and indignation. That means righteous anger. You know, so it's gonna be beautiful for the Lord to get his vengeance and to get his payback. You know, because all these nations they are basically trying to big up themselves, you know, to be the next big superpower, and you know they're really looking for their own interests. They're not, these nations, even amongst these allies, they're not really looking out for each other like that. Yeah, you know, it's just business and money.
Right.
But at the end of the day, those individual nations want to come into power. You know, that's what it's all about. You know.
Well, that's why you got a Brexit, you know, because they want to get away from the drama that the U.S. and you know, maybe Europe, you know, how things are going, you know, especially economically. So if they can develop their own, you know,
Sovereign.
yeah, you know, sovereignty and then get back, because you got to remember, really this whole empire is still the British Empire.
Right.
This whole, you know,
That's true.
America's just the military arm. You know, America's the one that goes forward through all the wars, and then you have the, you know, it's financed through England from, you know, from the international bankers. You know, but the empire, the royalty is still through Britain. You know, and that's why the whole world stops. You know, whenever there's a royal wedding or anything like that goes on. Okay, but guess what? The Lord says that he shall, that he has broken the staff and the scepter of the wicked. So that scepter that, you know, that Europe had and Britain had, and America had, that rulership is being broken. You know, Trump had went over there to Europe, over to London to meet the Queen, him Melania Trump, and they were, you know, well received. You know, they were doing certain things wrong.
Yeah.
You know, the people in London was, you know, basically, matter of fact, a couple of years back, they had protested Trump coming and was like, man, go back to America. So there's already tension.
He offended them.
Yeah. And then the scripture says that your mother shall be ashamed of you and sore confounded.
Yeah, I was thinking.
You know?
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah 46, 45, 46.
Yeah.
Okay? So this whole relationship, matter of fact, let me see if I can just get it real quick. It was a breaking news report, okay, where it was, where it says the U.S. and France had a friendship treaty, okay, and it died because it was planted like a year ago. So that whole allied relationship between Europe and America, okay, is falling apart. all right? And then there was another report about a day or two ago that Iran, okay, said that Europe needs to choose sides with Iran against the United States.
That's right.
So this whole system, this whole allied system of Esau wanting to establish a new order is really getting broken up. Because here he is, he's trying to establish order out of chaos, but the Lord's throwing in things pertaining to the prophecies is upsetting his agenda.
Yeah, and if I could add to that, you know, really, through the UN, okay, the United Nations Council, all right, that the U.S. comes under a lot of scrutiny, you know, because really everybody knows the U.S. a lot of the shit that they do, it ain't right. So it puts the European nations in an awkward position because it's like that person that you can't. You fuck with them, but they be doing some bullshit, and they just keep doing it, and then you really can't justify it no more. You're just like, this person is fucked up. That's how it is.
Yep.
You know, they can't justify America's wickedness no more. They just like, look, man, they get into a point where they like, look, man, you on your own, man, because you know you doing a whole bunch of stuff that just ain't right. You know,
And they're tired.
they're tired of it. Yep.
And the queen doesn't like Trump.
I got something right quick.
Yeah.
This is back up the brother was saying. This is Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
Yeah, because Babylon really ultimately, when it's all said and done, Babylon is really not going to have no allies. I'm talking about America.
That's right. Well, that's
America is really not going to have any allies left because it's going to burn all its bridges. Even the people that you know used to operate with America and all this and all that, they are slowly shifting away and turning their back, like brothers are saying, because of their unrighteous doings, man. You know, these sanctions. Hey, America's putting sanctions on UN nation, on its own allies. You know, America putting sanctions on Mexico. Here it is, Mexico is right on the border. You know, and you putting sanctions. You're supposed to be working with Mexico.
Right next door.
Yeah, right next door. Your brother said, you got it.
Yeah, basically, Donald Trump is on a offense campaign because when he first came in, one of the United States allies is Australia. He started talking down about Australia, like the brother said, Mexico, Canada, the president of Canada, what's his name, Justin Trudeau. He has a serious hatred for Donald Trump, man. So this is Satan against Satan right here. So continuing on, it says, from thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Yeah, hey, and what's them arrows talking about, man? It's damn sure, all right, ain't talking about no damn lava ball being shot in a volcano.
They're ain't talking about
You know?
no lava.
All right. What is that talking about, man? The arrow. It's talking about a literal bow and arrow. All right. Who fights with bow? What nation fights with literal bows and arrows nowadays, man?
Right.
It's played out. All right. When you update the prophecy, man, it's talking about missiles, man. All right. That's what's going to be used to basically completely wipe out America, man. Missiles. All right. You got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it in a second.
Okay.
Got something.
It was morning.
I go to verse 10.
Okay.
All right, verse Jeremiah 50:10. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord.
All that spoiler shall be satisfied. Right? Hey, because they're gonna reap of the spoils of America, man. You know? Hey, this thing is not gonna be inhabited again. Well, really, Israel gonna reap the spoils of America. At the end of the day.
That's
Right?
This is Isaiah 34, verse 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness.
Yeah, these are all unclean birds. Okay, scavengers that are gonna inhabit America. That's all America is gonna be is a feast for the scavengers. Okay? Desert creatures, you know, and they're just gonna feed on decayed remains, you know. Keep going.
Go ahead.
Well, was that it? Oh, come.
Okay, kind of. This is I got Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 20. It says, his severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. So because of the wickedness that Esau and his other nations have done, the Heavenly Father is going to use the earth itself to destroy you. From storms to the missiles to the chariots. Okay? The Heavenly Father is going to bring that destruction through his severe wrath. And that's going to be the end of this world and the beginning of it that follows.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
And the missiles are going to destroy you too.
That's right.
Yeah.
The missiles.
I got you.
Oh, you get to bring life down. You got it, bro.
This is Psalm chapter 46, verse 10. It is, be still and know that I am the Most High. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Okay? I bring it out because in this faith, while the elders bringing out prophecy updates and events, people like to mock and scoff, then say, well, what's y'all plan since we bring it out? They really in fear, but they want to know our plan. Our plan is faith. It comes straight from the scriptures. These scriptures speak life.
That's right.
Okay? And then continues. Verse 11, it says, the Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Salah. Okay, he's dealing with the men of the Lord. As we go into the elect, he cared for his elect, as spoken about Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. You know? Okay? And just hope and pray that he's dealing with us, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, because ultimately, you know, this thing is gonna get ugly, man. You know, so hey, the elect has no choice but to rely on YAHAWASHI because we don't have the Great Millstone don't have no nuclear missiles. You know, we don't have we don't even have regular guns because we don't need them. We got the spirit of the Heavenly Father, YAHAWASHI. You had some Goliath?
Oh yeah, I was going to this is Job. This is Job 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. You know, they're speaking about, these elites, these so-called elites, these Edomites, these Rothschilds, on down, when they're about to fill their belly, doing what? Trying to go through their plans of their New World Order, trying to have everybody chipped, okay? But it's going to be an interruption to that, okay? I'm going to continue on. And shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Gonna rain what? Those ICBM thermonuclear missiles that's gonna come to America, which is Babylon the Great, to destroy this place. I'm gonna continue on, in 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and that iron weapon again, that's speaking about these missiles. Alright? And the bolt of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and coming out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword, speaking of missiles, coming out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. I'm gonna continue on, 26. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. That's right, so if you left down here in America, which is Babylon the Great, during this destruction, when these missiles come over here and touch down, so to speak, you're going to get destroyed, man. Okay? If you're an Edomite, you don't have no chance ever in salvation, man. Okay? You ain't going to make it on the chariot, man. Okay? But that's all I have on that.
And if I can add to what the precept that the brother added, before all this happens, the RFID microchip has to be implemented, and there's a consequence for taking that chip. You're going to get that consequence that the scriptures that the brother read in Revelation 14:9 also. So before the missiles land passes. The dollar has to crash. All these things have to take place before actual World War III happens.
Hey, well, that's that was one of the articles the brothers had sent out yesterday,
Right.
and I did a video on it earlier, and I just put it up on my channels, and it's the fact that the Bank of America, the CEO said that he wants it to go, he wants the society to go cashless, because the bank say it's easier. They say over half the people already use, digital transactions. The money's already digitized.
EMV cards.
EBT cards, debit cards, credit cards. The money's already digital.
Right.
The only thing is just,
Get rid of cash.
getting rid of the cash.
Yeah.
And that's why you are seeing them produce more cash, which I mentioned in the video, is through quantitative easing. But what that does is that lowers the value of the dollar. So don't nobody want it. That's why China and Russia, a few days ago, they had dumped more dollar reserves because it's not worth nothing. So what's the next big step? Well, that's where Facebook comes in. I did a video on that. Facebook wants to push out a whole new global financial system.
Yeah.
Okay? So you got the banks on board with doing away with cash, and if you got these different sites, and by the way, Facebook already owns your personal information. So all they got to do is put the information and your bank records, put that together, put it on a microchip,
Oh,
and that's your new world order system.
yeah, if I could say, that's a beautiful point, because America is basically following China's footsteps. Because China already has a system in place like that. They call it WeChat, and that's China's Facebook. And guess what? It's linked to basically to make transactions. You got to go through WeChat. You got to basically you chat to each other from WeChat. Same thing, Facebook. Facebook started with Mark Zuckerberg, and it was just like a social thing. Now it's just this big global giant, and it's gonna take over and Amazon. But all these different major corporations, they're gonna basically implement ways to basically how do you say globalize everything. It's just globalization,
Well,
centralize everything.
Yeah. Well, that's who owns your politicians, the corporations. Okay? The corporations fund the super PACs and all the different things to get your so-called what you call it, the ones that run for office. Okay? They put the money behind them to fight for their cause.
Yeah.
Okay? Trump or Ron Paul or whoever. Okay? They're backed by the corporations that there are billion-dollar companies, okay? And then they push their agenda. So then really, the politicians are really run by who? The corporations.
Yeah.
And the corporations want what? Want what? More control.
Yeah.
And who's going to centralize everything? The banks. Okay? Whoever runs the money runs the people.
Yeah, once the banks get on board, that's it.
That's it.
People gonna flock to whatever. And guess what? You already got a platform like Cash App. You already got these different little apps coming out now where now you send money, it's instantaneous. They didn't have that 2-3 years ago.
Right.
Now you need some money. Someone can send you money in less than 30 seconds, man.
It's called P2P, peer-to-peer transactions. Okay? And with the microchip, it's going to be that much more convenient. Okay? Which that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
The thing is with cash can't really be traced between peer-to-peer. Like if brothers want to give cash, government can't track that. Now, of course, once the cash returns to the bank, they know what individual bill ran through this or ran through that system. Okay?
Can't keep the paper trail.
Right, but they can't keep the paper trail as close as they would like to. Okay? So what do? Digitize everything. All they need is, computer confirmation, satellite confirmation. This brother digitally transition this cash to this person's bank account, and then that's how they track it. That's what they want. Okay? If you can't see that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, you shouldn't. If you're an Israelite, you can't see it, you shouldn't be teaching it. Leave it to the professionals.
Right.
Okay? Because the Spirit of the Lord is dwelling with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on down to the rest of us.
That's right.
Okay? Because it's becoming more and more clear what's happening in this society. Okay? More and more clear. All right? And that's why we warn you. When we do say what it is, we tell you, like the brother mentioned, Revelation 14, don't take the microchips. Okay?
I got a concept right there.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that knowledge is Esau's technology, man. That quantum leap. Because nobody's writing checks anymore, man. And it's going to get to a point where nobody's going to be using credit cards no more and cash.
Yeah, because niggas only use cash.
Right.
Right.
It's getting to that point, man. Technology is increasing. Like this video that's circulating where you had that woman in the UK and she was going like this, and she had the chip in her hand and she was making.
Oh,
yeah.
That's where it's coming to with the society.
Mm-hmm.
And this so-called white man, he got to this point by something called gradualism.
Yep.
Spirit. You know, peace. Little by little, he started to like bring stuff about in the public. And he'll test it in another country. They'll bring it over here. He's a real slick devil, man.
1 year this.
Yeah, 1 year this. You know.
Next year, just ease it on like that.
Easy right in.
Like that. Brothers always bring this out. The frogs, when you boil them,
Yeah.
you know, frogs, they don't have a sense of when the heat is rising. So like, you know, if you were to like basically boil frogs, but you put it on a slow setting, they're not gonna know to jump out because the heat is rising. The heat is rising at a slow pace, so you don't even know. They don't even have a sense of damn, it's just getting hotter.
Well, their body temperature adjusts to the environment, adjusts to the water temperature around them, because they're like land/water. I forget the name, but
Ectomorphs or something like that.
they're amphibians. You know, so they can adapt to water. So basically, their body adjusts to the temperature of water around them.
That's right.
So if it's, but if it gets too hot, they just go, but their body already adjusted to the heat. So they're just in there just cooking.
If I can add too, for
Same
example,
thing with crabs and lobsters.
No,
Go ahead, bro.
if I can add too, for example, me and another brother was going, we were talking before the camera came on about, we prophesied these visions, but when it comes to reality, your faith is gonna be tested. It's gonna be like you've been talking about it, you've been foreseeing it, but when it comes to reality, it's gonna be like, whoa, it's really here. It's like, for example, we went to I think on the south side of a gas station. We couldn't even use our card because our card didn't have a chip. That's gradually what the elders were talking about. It was like that's something that small but still a wow factor because you know what's up next. You know what's coming. You know.
And what he said that at the stores, I tried to swipe my card.
They don't let you swipe it.
That's man, the card said, nah, man, insert chip. And then they'll ask you that. Like you go to Pacific store clerk, you can get the one, right? And then, for the most part, she'll say, okay, we'll just insert the chip. And you gotta insert the chip. So people are already used to hearing, just use the chip. Because that's the future of this world. Is going to be an internet of things. Things is going to be interconnected, even you. Okay?
That's right. Yeah, something.
Yeah, this is Revelation 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, and that's the mark of the beast. Okay? When you go from there, go to Revelation 13 and 15. That's talking about the microchip implant. Because when you look at the different real news reports, okay, certain alternative media reports, even Yahoo Finance or CNN Money, right? They'll tell you about a potential, which you know is going to happen with the biblical prophecy, of an economic collapse. So you're going to have an economic collapse. The different storms that's destroying the farmland, okay? Because if you can destroy a person's food supply, okay, they're going to be desperate to use whatever solution that you have set up, and that's what the elites are wanting to bring in. That's why you look at places like China and Venezuela and see what's going on in the different perspectives. Okay, the people in Venezuela are desperate, so they're ready to take a new digital currency. Okay, Maduro talked about that. All right, over there in China, they're already using mobile payments at a high rate. So the world's already being prepped. Okay, all right. So when you can't go to work because of high gas prices and inflation and things like that, what is the solution that's going to be put out there? Well, if you take this specific device, then this is what's going to basically, because look, all your records is going to be right there. So all your records can be put right in your phone.
Yeah.
How much more, according to prophecy, when they're right there, literally in your hand, not just at your fingertips, but in your fingertips, so to speak.
And
Okay.
these technologies are moving forward. They're not being stagnant or going backwards. Everything is moving forward. So it's plain as day to us because we know the prophecies. But these people, they don't realize, damn, this thing is moving at a fast rate, man. The chip, like the brother said, just these little minor steps Esau makes, but they contribute to the whole game plan. Excuse me. Everybody's got that.
Yeah, and that's what's going to try you. Okay, the trial that's going to come upon the whole world is because it has to be a global event, right? Well, the global economy, because that's what's going to cause everybody to be desperate.
That's right.
Okay, just because here it is, hey, over there in Venezuela through, but we still living day to day here in America. So it has to be something that whatever happens over here in America, and we living out of trash cans and looting and everything like that. Okay, so what's going to try you is the solution to it all. Okay, the solution to it all is what's going to make everybody one, which is what the elite, they want all you people to be one through Esau's miracle, which is the technology. Okay.
Yes, it's the Tower of Babel all over again.
That's right.
Esau want to bring all the nations together under that one banner.
Yep.
But what happened to the Tower of Babel? And the Most High brought it down, man.
Yep.
Going to what you was reading earlier about that, was that Job 20, right? Basically when he thinks about to fill his belly, the Most High will bring that terror upon him.
YAHAWASHI is undefeated. He basically gives the instructions to you other nations. Mainly Esau, like it says in Job 33rd chapter. You go to sleep at night, the Most High seals your instructions for the next day. So this is not of your own design. The Most High gave you the spirit to create all this technology leading up to the chip. And it's going to lead to your downfall.
Ask him real quick. Kind of go over bringing out Psalms 21 and 11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device, which is an example of that mischievous device, that chip, man. It says, they imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Right? And that goes into the legislation too.
Yep, yeah.
Basically, whatever the system puts out, that's like a mischievous invention, mischievous device, which is this whole New World Order, Internet of Things. Because what they want to do is they want the people to worship them for everything. But guess what? Hey, that's part of the curses. Deuteronomy 28, that Israel is going to go to them for the one of all things. So what does that mean? That means these elites, Esau really wants to be your guys. Okay? I'm talking to you Israelites out there. Okay, the white man wants to be your God. But we're supposed to worship Yahawah YAHAWASHI. This is why it's important why we say, don't take the mark of chip. Don't take the mark of the beast. Because you're aligning yourself with a system, okay, that goes back to what the brother just read, all right? You're aligning yourself with a system that they want to implement that's an unnatural and non-spiritual system,
That's right.
okay?
That's right.
All right? You got some more on that already?
That was
That was it. We got that one.
well, as I keep going.
Come on.
Verse 12. Therefore shalt thou make. Let me read this earlier. So therefore shalt thou make them turn back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows.
Now, you read that?
Yeah. But the arrows is talking about what? The missiles, man.
Mm-hmm.
It says, but thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Lord, in thy own strength, so we will sing and praise thy power. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And that's what we're supposed to do, sing and praise to our power.
Mhm.
Okay, because whatever this man comes with, where he's going to try to shift society this way, we're supposed to go the opposite way, whether we get persecuted or not.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, the scripture says in Revelation, blessed is he that died in the Lord from now on. Okay? So, hey, if you got to go out like that, the scripture says, strive for the truth until death. Okay? But then Yahawashi said there be some standing here that shall not taste the death. So what are you fighting for?
Right.
Okay?
That's right.
You know, you got to put these things in your mind. All right? You got that Revelation 13?
This is Revelation
Right.
13,
Yeah, that's
verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, that beast is talking about the last empire, all right, which is the Roman Empire, which was resurrected. When we go up in Revelation 13, okay, it got resurrected again. Same country, same people, same nation, same race of people, resurrected the fourth beast, all right, the Roman Empire through the Renaissance into NATO and America, okay, EU, all right, and their image is this new system, okay, that everybody is getting themselves attached to, okay. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there was no such thing as walking down the street playing on your phone, okay? But now it's everywhere, from 2 and 3-year-olds to 20 to 30-year-olds to 70-year-olds. They all got phones. They're all using apps. Because that's the system moving towards devices and things that people cannot live without, okay? Go ahead.
And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
So no matter what status in the society you are, okay, and the reason why we know that it's not talking about embargo or it's not talking about Christianity is because when you look at the Greek word all, it's pas, which means individuals, okay? So all these individual people, whether they be a rich individual or, like your politicians or celebrities, certain senators, okay, business owners, to your poor, your 9-to-5, blue collar, white collar, average Joe and Jane, okay, all right, they're all going to be caused to do what?
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
And that word mark is karabah, which means to cut into. Okay? It's like a needle, really. And that needle, all you gotta do is look up RFID implant. They use the needle to push that under the skin. Okay? It puts the mark under the skin. That's what it's talking about. To cut into your hand or in your forehead. Okay? Go ahead.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
Right. So this mark is going to be a part of this system to provide you with things you can't live without. Because you have to buy and sell in order to live. You got to buy a house. You got to buy a car. You got to buy food. Okay? If you own a business, you got to sell it to bring money in so you can buy a house, buy a car, buy food. That's what this system is about. This system is a big consumer system. And the ones that's benefiting is the Edomites at the top, the so-called elites. That's what this New World Order is about. That's what the image is. Okay? And this is what you Israelites have to understand. All right? There's a world being built around you that you're being sucked into unless you're paying attention to the prophets and the prophecies. Okay? So you'll be able to know how to maneuver right. Okay? Go ahead, Al.
Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Go ahead.
Here is wisdom.
Here is wisdom. All right?
Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Right, and when you break that down in the Greek, there's chi-side stigma. Which stigma is like a mark that you cut into. Okay, you cut into it. Just like, I believe the same word is used for when YAHAWASHI was pierced, because the nails pierced the skin. Well, what's going to pierce your skin when it comes down to the beast?
That's right.
The microchip. Okay? The brother, he's not here, the brother YAHAWAH did a video on how these tattoo shops and parlors are going to be some of the main ones, you know, being authorized to give you the microchip through that needle, man.
That's right.
Okay? And people are going to make it look cool. That's why tattoos are cool. The microchip is going to use to be cool.
Something hip,
You
something
know,
hip, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you know, something tight, you know. So that's the world we're moving into, okay? But you're not, you know, to take that mark, all right? And these are all the prophecies being lined up. The mark of the beast, World War III,
That's right.
okay? All right? The chariots are being seen day in and day out. All right? Our salvation is nearer than when we believe.
That's right.
All right?
That was it.
Yeah.
All right, so if anybody had nothing else, we want to close out there, Lord willing. You know, brothers or sisters who tuned in was edified, right?
Okay.
We're gonna sign off. We're gonna praise, honor, and glory to.
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH.
Everyone to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. All right, Lord willing, to the next video. Shalom.
Shalom.